Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
We're going to talk about Warner Brothers losing a bunch of money and blaming the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League on them losing a bunch of money.
Oh, no.
They had a $200 million hit to their bottom line, and they do call out that game in particular. We're going to talk about this because this explains partially probably why HBO Max is getting, or just Max is going to be bundled with Disney Plus and Hulu soon. And also they're going to raise the prices on HBO Max because they got to make money. So we're going to talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. Guys, you get woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
So was it worth it? Was it worth it to call up Sweet Baby Inc. and get their input as to what they thought about the future of the Arkham series? Because this game was highly anticipated for a while until people started seeing the direction they were going with it, and then they dropped it. I mean, it fell off a freaking cliff.
Well, to me, that sounds like it would have to be like a lot of people thought that it sucked, not just the vocal minority on the internet.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it sucked, and for various reasons. Some people, they didn't think it sucked because of the wokeness per se, but they thought it sucked because it graphically didn't look as good as the Arkham games from 10 years ago. It is online. It's not single player, right? I don't know if it has a quest. I didn't buy it. I don't give a shit. They kill Batman off. Spoiler, they kill him off. And that was the last role for Kevin Conroy. Lots of reasons to hate on this game. Oh yeah, the creepy interaction between Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. Just people weren't having it, right? They weren't having it. But live service game, microtransactions, all that jazz, and it came and went, and I think it pretty much peaked like the first weekend it was out, and then everybody dropped it. So this comes from IGN. Warner Brothers says the failure of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League contributed to their $200 million hit to revenue. Wow. Reporting its Q1 financial results, Warner Brothers Discovery said its games revenue declined significantly as a result of a tough comparison. Okay.
That's funny. That's really funny.
As the result of a tough comparison with Hogwarts Legacy, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League generated significantly lower revenue compared with those generated by Hogwarts Legacy.
So their excuse is it didn't do as well as Hogwarts Legacy, but it's not because it's a bad game.
Yeah.
We're comparing it only looks bad because you're comparing it to Hogwarts Legacy. And they really tried hard to cancel one, and the media really tried to show for the other. I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah.
People, general public, don't know anything about this. They just voted with their wallets. They wanted one game over the other. You just did it. You did a shitty stinker of a game. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Remember how hard they tried to cancel Hogwarts Legacy? It went on to become the best-selling game of the year. And this game basically canceled itself and kicked off the Sweet Baby Inc. backlash. People knew about them, but it wasn't until people started looking into why they made some of the decisions they made. They found Sweet Baby Inc. They started keeping track of games they worked on, and they're like, oh, we're starting to see a through line here. All of these really terrible games seem to have the same consulting firm involved. So yeah, we don't want to buy games from them anymore, or from people that work with them.
You can't do that. You only can boycott things when you vote a certain way.
Right. So yeah, David Zaslav said it was disappointing. And the chief financial officer, Gunnar Wiedenfels, detailed an impairment charge that they absorbed as a result of the game's failure. Starting with the studios, the 400 million plus year-over decline during Q1 was primarily due to the very tough comp we faced in games against the success of Hogwarts Legacy. Wow.
But that's ridiculous. On his end, that's a shitty excuse. Oh, it just we had to take an impairment charge because it didn't do well when you compare it to Hogwarts Legacy. It didn't do well in general. Had nothing to flipping do with Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, but it looks even worse.
It makes it look worse, yes, but that's not one. They're not. That's apples and oranges.
So let me put this to you plainly, right? Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which had the involvement of Sweet Baby Inc., the stink of Sweet Baby Inc. on it, was a massive, massive failure. Hogwarts Legacy was a massive, massive hit for them, despite cancellation attempts by the same people that were standing for Sweet Baby Inc. Do you think Warner Brothers is incentivized to stop working with J.K. Rowling when they made so much money off of her work? Mm-hmm. I don't think so. I think they're going to work more with J.K. Rowling because they're going to be like, well, at least we know Harry Potter is money in the bank.
And even though you can't blame the entire failure of the game of Sweet Baby Inc. for being fair, they're going to look at this, executives, the bean counters. They're going to look at this and they're going to be like, one did well and one didn't.
Yeah, pretty much.
What should we do more of?
Yeah, at the end of the day, they're going to be. So if nothing else, and they're saying that Rocksteady might go out of business. The studio that developed it might go out of business because this game was such a massive failure.
People shouldn't. I mean, if you see time after time that the games fail if they're associated with one group, maybe you just don't hire that group.
Well, okay, so I put a tweet out there today, and I'll talk about this quickly because I think it's going to intersect with all this. Not mean intersectional feminism or anything like that, but I think what is going to happen, how things are going to go back to quote unquote normal, is financial results and drama associated with certain individuals and certain organizations. I think what is going to happen is the bean counters, the people in charge, are going to look at, say, Sweet Baby Inc., and they're going to be like, okay, we did it their way, and look what happened. We lost $200 million, and we're probably going to have to shut down Rocksteady Studios because they're just not bringing it. We can't give them, another $500,000 to play with and another 10 years to come up with a game that maybe will be a hit. And we listen to people who tried to get Hogwarts Legacy and J.K. Rowling canceled, but right now she's one of the only, people out there making us money. So what will happen is they will quietly cancel people and projects. And we're kind of seeing this in animation right now. And I was talking to Fresher Luke on the podcast, on the D-Res podcast this week. And we talked about that there are people working in animation, a lot of them working at Warner Brothers or were at Cartoon Network and wherever. And they're not getting the phone call anymore. They're not getting work. Now, they're not making a big deal about it publicly, but they're basically taking a look at it and they're like, yeah, you know what? We tried it their way. Or they're looking at these people and the embarrassing behavior online, and they're like, these people are a liability. They're eating each other. They're attacking people. I don't want them to bite us, so we're just not going to work with them. We're not going to greenlight any more projects, and you will effectively be canceled. You're just not going to hear about it. It's not like how they do it, where they put 1,000 tweets out there talking about how they're going to get you blacklisted or whatever. It's just your phone is not going to ring again. When you cost a company $200 million. Your phone is not going to ring again. They're just not going to call you back. And this might actually be the domino that gets knocked over that actually does take out companies like Sweet Baby Inc. because they're always going to associate them with this kind of failure. And people do think that, they're probably going to shut down Rocksteady Studios. This was on Reddit, of all places. They're like, you can't absorb that kind of a loss and greenlight more games. So it's not looking good. They're raising their prices on Max. They're having to merge with Disney to survive. And congratulations.
Good job.
Good job, guys. But you got your DEI points in there, and fantastic. So we're gonna wrap it up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.